Okay, so today I'm going to talk about something quite interesting because I had actually heard someone speaking about it the other day, a bodybuilder that I know that as he's got older, feels like he's able to get a mind and muscle connection way better than he used to a long time ago. And I've actually found the same. I think that, when you start training, you think it's all about just lifting a weight, heavy weight, and putting it down. So, for instance, you're just going through the motions. But in actual fact, it's very, very important to get the mind and the muscle connection where you're actually concentrating and squeezing that muscle. Funnily enough, I had someone come in the shop last week and they said to me, what do these do? And he showed me an exercise, and he's been training for quite a while. He was basically doing pull downs. He didn't even know what body part he was training. And I said, well, that's going to be a big problem, because the idea when you're training is to be able to isolate, be able to concentrate on the body part that you're training. So, when you're thinking about your back, so when you're pulling your back, you're squeezing your lats, you're thinking about it, and you're getting the connection. I think this is another reason why over the years I sort of go into a little zone when I'm training. A lot of people think I'm being rude because I don't really like to speak when I'm training. I think that when I'm talking and everything and that, I just lose concentration. And I think that if I can just get into a zone in a little place of my own, and I just think about what I need to do and just execute it and concentrate on each rep, making every rep 100%. I like to do the same speed, the same movement, so every rep is identical. I try to think of my legs like pistons when I'm training legs. Do you know what I mean? In my mind. So what I'm saying is, every rep 100%, every set 100% becomes every workout is 100%. And I think it's a very important, like I said, to focus on the muscle. Now, I think this is something that takes time. I don't think you can do this straight away. You just lift weights around. And I think that you can get a lot more better gains from doing actually less if you're able to connect with the muscle. Like I said, I used to be heaping loads and loads of weights around. You can get loads of injuries, as where if you've got that mind and muscle connection, you're actually bodybuilding, and you're actually squeezing and contracting and thinking about the muscle. That's bodybuilding. And I think then you'll find that you can make better gains, but it takes a long time. Some people are able to sort of connect very, very quickly, as where some people it takes a lot longer. And I must say, it's only been sort of recent, I can honestly say that I've really got that connection really good now. I'm on my own training. I feel like there's no distractions, and I just focus on the muscle that I'm training. I change rep ranges. I've been doing high reps, low reps, heavy weight. I've been doing everything, but I've been listening to my body, and whatever my body seems to tell me at the time, I'm able to listen to it. I think that's important, listening to the body. I think a lot of people have a set regime and they just do it, and I can tell you, if it's not working today, it won't work next week, it won't work next year, it will never work. And funnily enough, over the last, I'd say, 6 months, 7, 8 months period that I've been dieting, I just threw the rule book out and I said, look, I've got nothing to lose. I'm 47 now. I'm just going to try a few things. So I've always tried legs and trained them once a week. They've ate pretty much for 5 days, started getting better, training them again. It's always been the way. Train each body part once a week. And I thought, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to train legs twice a week, see what happens, because I wasn't getting response from the one workout. So then I went to 2 and I thought, I can definitely see a difference. And the reason why that was, because when I train them once, they seem to sort of like look quite pumped, look quite full a day or 2 after. Then they start to shrink back down, and then they sort of get very tight. And by the time I come to train them again, they're really tight. And I just thought, if I can just even do like a heavy workout and then a rep workout and then get the blood in there, get them moving. And I did that and I saw response. So I thought, I'm going to push this a bit. I'm going to do them 3 times. So let's just see what happens. And actually doing them 3 times a week has worked. I do a heavy workout. I do a workout on legs of which are reps. And I do a workout of which is like hamstring and then tickling the thighs as well. 3. But I had a friend many years ago. It was quite funny that he had no set regime. He used to walk in the gym and he used to look around and think, right, today I fancy biceps. And he'd do biceps. Or he'd fancy legs. He'd randomly just train. He had no set regime. In his mind, he sort of knew what he was going to do just before he executed the workout. But he, like I said, what he didn't, he just went by his body. If he wasn't feeling up for legs, he thought there was no point training legs because he wasn't going to be able to do them 100%. So he's better doing something else. And in some cases, I've even seen him walk in the gym and walk out again and said, this ain't going to happen today. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to get more benefit from resting, and I'll come back when I'm ready later on. And sometimes he'd come back later on in the day. He'd go back, have a little kip, have something to eat, refresh himself and come back, and then he'd have a 100% workout, and he was massive. So it just shows you sometimes set regimes, sometimes in bodybuilding, are good, but in some cases they can be bad. I think what's important is to listen to your body and getting back to the mind and muscle connection, which is very, very important. You know, you see people at the gym and they're on their phone, and there's so many distractions now, and I think that it's very difficult to get that connection if you're getting distracted. I think what you've got to do is know what you're going to do before you start the workout, and then you've got to execute the workout, and you've got to concentrate on what you're doing. And that's important. And getting that connection, getting that squeeze, getting that contraction, you know, that's what bodybuilding is all about. It's not about just picking up a weight and pushing it and moving it from A to B. So my advice to everyone is really just, you know, when you train, you know, try to get into the workout, you know. And I must say, you know, the stage pump, of which, you know, S&C, which we've brought out, is absolutely superb because it puts you in the zone. You know, the nootropics in it give you like this mental focus. It's like, boom, you take it and it's just, it switches you on, and you just, from that moment onwards, you just want to get involved and just get stuck in, and you just don't want to think about anything else but your training. And that's why I'm really enjoying that, and that has also contributed to it, you know, having that connection with the muscle. But certainly as you get older, I definitely think the mind and muscle connection gets a lot better. It's something you need to try to learn to do. You know, when you're doing biceps, try to concentrate on the bicep, try to concentrate on contracting the bicep, training the bicep, thinking about the bicep, you know, and basically almost willing it to grow, and getting the blood in there and focusing on that one body part, not just lifting it from A to B willy-nilly. So I hope this has helped a little bit. It's something to sort of concentrate on, certainly through this period when a lot of you might be at home and you might not even have heavy weights. And it's surprising that you can make a very light weight a lot harder if you're contracting and if you're concentrating, if you slow the movement down. This is another thing. People are going really, really heavy and they're lumping weights around, but there's no real control. You know, you have to control the weights to a degree, you know, and that is bodybuilding. I see so many people lifting crazy weights, and you know, it's all good, it's good for the ego and that, but as far as bodybuilding is concerned, you know, you don't need a lot of weight. It's surprising what can be done with very, very little weight if you're performing the exercises correctly. So today, when you train, try to get in the zone, try to focus, think about the muscle that you are training, and hopefully, you know, definitely, I think you'll find it will help. And yeah, that's just my talk on muscle mind connection, which you know, can take time to get, but certainly is something you need to work on, and I think it will help your growth tremendously. We'll speak to you soon.